I don't think anyone should really be shocked that they would take this step or make this move, given that they are a censorious bunch of pearl clutchers who are little more than a collective grouping of tyrants who want to utilize payment processors as their crowbar to get into everybody's business and tell them what they can and cannot enjoy. I also don't think it's shocking that it happened in one of the Five Eyes nations. Just bear in mind that that kind of nonsense is going to find its way to Canada, to the United Kingdom, to the United States, and to New Zealand, the other members of the Five Eyes nations international agreement. Nor do I find it. I don't find it to be tactically sound of them, because this is just going to lend itself to the Streisand effect. The fact that we are now all aware that they have gone out of their way to ensure that they can silence one of their most prominent, or at least their most antagonistic critics. And I say he's being antagonistic not in a negative light, but because he sees them for what they are, and he is letting the rest of us know what they are and what they are doing. You antagonize a villain, guess what? You're doing the work of the angels. And devils don't like to have their nonsense shown to the light of day. So we can point at them and say, we understand what you're doing or what you're trying to do. You're trying to play down control, and the only way that you have the flailing, fledgling little amount of power that you can wield it is to make sure that the people of your country don't see it, at least for now, because there are these lovely little things that we still have called VPNs. It's the reason why the UK Parliament, at least Labour government right now, is trying so hard to make certain that VPNs get banished or are not allowed to be utilized, so that they can then suggest that to their Five Eyes partners in Australia, so that the folks in Australia who are currently using VPNs, in order to get access to the content that they can't otherwise see because of censorious wall blockers like these hooers at Collective Shout, their fellow countrymen will not be exposed to it unless those countrymen use a VPN.
Well,
It's all interconnected, and I drive myself insane, more insane than I already am, trying to think of how best to get people to understand the way these things are woven together. When you are in a culture war, bear in mind that there are various layers of tactics that can and will be deployed by the folks who consider themselves field marshals in that culture war. The whores at Collective Shout consider themselves field marshals in that culture war. We should respond accordingly.
absolutely. And there's a reason I put Dash on the far right and covered him up with the comments section, because his tits could break YouTube's nudity rules.
I do have to get going now, though. Digny and Noise, thank you for bringing me on at long last to a panel show. I appreciate the opportunity greatly.
Well, you have a good day at work, and well, keep your back to the wall, especially if there are minority workers. And here's this for your trouble. Shake.
Really quick, if I may, also quickly.
Yeah, go on.
On Substack, which is where I generally tend to put up most of my material, you can find me at thestorytellerscorner.substack.com.
All right, then. We'll go and check out Byron of Sidious, folks. Just type that in on YouTube. You'll be sure to find him. Thank you for being on as our special guest.
Bringing to everyone's attention that we got a Rumble rant for 5 from Furious Dan. He says, shout out to you, Noise, and the network.
Congratulations to Furious Dan for successfully donating without a spelling error. So that's good. That's very good.
Hey, I'm not perfect. I type fast and I skip words by accident, so what the hell?
It's all right. It's perfectly fine. But Slay, what do you make of this situation in question?
Well, actually, it's weird because, like, just earlier this morning, it seemed, and it's funny that you're talking about breaking like the sexually gratifying rules or whatever that YouTube has, because someone else who's had to deal with YouTube's bullshit, which is Toasty with the Mosty, she shared with us earlier today that another one of Smash's videos got struck with a sex and nudity violation, and they gave him like the exact timestamp of where it was supposed to happen, and she showed us the exact time of that video, and it's just him like in the middle of a laugh. And the only thing I could think of is like, well, maybe, you know, one of those, the googly eyes on the back of his chair, like they can, you know, fuck around and say, oh, the AI thought it was a boob or something like that. Because, you know, first it was the whole Alana and her big, voluptuous, luscious set of knees, and now he gets struck with
Well, sorry to interrupt you, Slay. Dash, can you put on a shirt? I don't want the network to die because of a man's tits.
And the problem is,
Right,
I was before you say anything. The problem is that what I've been seeing when Toasty got suspended, and I was saying it earlier, if she got suspended for having Smash JT ball spot in the head, that fucking YouTube retardation exploitation ghetto. Okay, that's what I gotta say. Get suspended for a ball spot at the back of your head. That doesn't make no freaking sense.
Well, what about you, Slay? Anything more to add before we move on to? We're gonna move on to Elijah because, you know, because of Roger and Dash Titty entering the show in a hostile takeover, we couldn't get Elijah or Noise's perspective on the previous topic. But anything more to add?
Sorry.
I was just going to wrap it up by saying it kind of seems like, you know, like this is the same type of targeted harassment that Smash and others have to deal with, that like we're accused of by the offending side all the time.
True.
All right, then. Speaking of the truth, Ozzy, what do you make of this situation in question? And where are your dogs? Where's the entertainment on this show?
I think there's going to come a point in time where all this nonsense that's happening with banning of Smash's show is going to come to a head, and they're going to fail, because what they're doing is they're fighting the truth, and you can't fight the truth. Of course, they're going to go against people that is calling them out and showing their bullshit to the world. But the world needs to see it, because nobody needs to be complacent anymore. That bullshit's gone. You know, that time is over and finished. You cannot be complacent anymore.
Yeah, it's not safe to be a normie anymore. That was the thing my mentor taught Helzo, and that's what really brought Helzo into what ultimately became the network. It's not safe to be a normie anymore. It's as simple as that. As Dash Attack has the same thing that Destiny has, that unnatural jaw movement. Can you see that, folks? Oh, he stopped doing it now that I've mentioned it.
Oh yeah, because it was just again had my face close to my had my hand close to my face, so it fucked with the camera.
Ah, well, there we go. There we go. You know, I'd love to meet a VTuber who can actually use his arms. Noise, what do you make of this this situation?
Well, Australia seems to be going through some stuff right now. I mean, they're going in a very, very bad direction. But then again, it seems like it's a world collaboration. All the modern world seems to be trying to do the same, and it's only going to get worse for people like us trying to do what we do. They're going to keep pressing us and keep pressing us. They're going to mess with the media. They're going to mess with the social media. They're going to mess with the videos and so on. And it's going to be very tricky to navigate.